嗨，大家好，我是 Crystal。那上一期访谈里呢，我们聊到了 Ruby 刘的收购案例。那他的想法是很有创意的，但是缺乏完整的商业计划、销售执行方案。那么最终呢，就没有赢得主流商业伙伴的支持。这其实是很多新移民创业者在加拿大很容易遇到的共同问题。有好点子，但是缺少系统化的落地方法。所以呢，在这一集里我们就要接着这个案例来继续请教 Odin，从他的经验来看，中国创业者在加拿大最容易犯的错误是什么？我们又该如何去避免这些关键陷阱？Hey Odin, last time we talked about Ruby Liu's case, and her case showed us that having a bold idea isn't enough in Canada, right? If you don't have a clear plan behind it, from your experience, what are some of the most common mistakes that Chinese entrepreneurs make when they're starting a business here? And how can they avoid falling into those traps?
Yeah, that's actually that's a really good point. And let's talk about heritage and identity. As an immigrant entrepreneur with a strong vision for a Canadian retail future, Miss Liu represents a newer, diverse leadership archetype. And it's okay to have diverse leadership archetypes. It's great. It's challenging the established norms of Canadian real estate, though. And that was a little bit of a challenge. Also, let's talk about HR issues and keeping and keeping with only Chinese people in her environment. I think that was a detriment to her. I think that what she really needed to do is she really needed to bring a whole group of Canadians, and I'm talking every culture here. I
Yes.
like Europeans, it could have been from South Asians. They're very innovative. There could have definitely been individuals from anywhere, from everywhere, that could have really brought that element of professionalism to take over this if she was actually serious in getting those leases. And that's because, very often I find that people that are coming from other cultures, they think that their language is going to be judged. Not at all. You you're welcome as Canadian. And what we as Canadian, I'm a Canadian, I'm born here, raised here. What we're really looking for is effort. We want to see that you're making the effort to communicate. We don't really care if your language is perfect. What we want to see is that you're making the effort to become better and better.
Yes.
Even myself, with you and I, we're constantly practicing our language together. What we say, how we say it, our approach.
Yes.
We're constantly doing this together. So I think that that might have been an element also, is that her team wasn't diverse and couldn't give her the insight that she needed to really get through to getting those particular leases. Let's dive into that. I have a couple of points that I have here of my talking points. So I find that the real challenge for people that are coming to Canada is that they assume they have a good product and that'll equal automatic sales. It doesn't. There's actually a saying. It's a North American saying that if you want to see if your product will succeed internationally or in North America, bring it to Vancouver. If you can get it to succeed in Vancouver, it will succeed in North America, as we are the toughest market.
Wow. Oh,
That's a marketing saying that I heard many, many years ago. But in China, strong personal networks like word of mouth within a trusted circle can really drive rapid sales. But in Canada, even though referrals still matter, you need a structured sales and marketing system to consistently reach beyond your immediate community. I'm going to say it again, a structured sales and marketing system so you can reach beyond your immediate community, because the community here is small, right? Only 40 million people versus a billion. So, or even in other markets, but it's still an excellent place to do business. And so without a clear lead generation process, or even great products are going to struggle to gain traction anywhere in North America. So many new arrivals skip building a market dominating position, crafting a local brand message, or creating customer acquisition plans, which results in dependence on random opportunities instead of predictable revenue. They also forget a business plan, a marketing plan, and a sales plan. And all of these are important, and none of them are a waste of time. As we just saw, if Miss Liu had that, she would have had a much greater chance of succeeding and taking over all those leases. So just remember, with internet in North America and the democratic world, so the internet here in North America is very different than it is in China. It's very, very different. So you're going to need to learn and work with a completely new internet system.
Yes.
And what we're finding with the clients that you work with is that they need help. Initially, they need help until they figure it out. But it is a bit of a learning curve.
Yes.
The next thing is that they rely too heavily on ethnic niche markets. Basically, in China, it's a fast-moving business environment. Being first to market or having a competitive edge is typically enough. But in Canada, with fewer but more entrenched competitors, differentiation is critical. And so when we talk about differentiation, we talk about the market dominating position, we talk about the sales plan, we talk about the lead generation, we talk about the follow-up process. And that really the sales and marketing gap there is that many fail to develop a unique selling proposition that communicates why a Canadian customer should switch from their established brand. Without this, marketing efforts are often blend into other generic noise. And please remember that here in North America, we see about 5,000 marketing messages each day.
Wow.
And that's going up. And we ignore a majority of them. We don't even pay attention. So in Canada and in North America, you need to be good at getting the attention, but then establishing actual real value.
Yes.
And actual real value is a way to build a relationship with your clients. Next, over-focusing on operations and under-focusing on sales. It's common to see Chinese entrepreneurs spend 80 to 90% of their time refining operations, defining the better quality, or cutting costs with cost control, but very little direct revenue is based on, which is sales.
Yeah.
You have to spend your time on sales and marketing. A lot of what they do is they lack the gap here for the community is a lack of planned sales pipeline.
Yes.
And understanding what the sales process is, understanding that you have to identify your niche market, your target market. You have to develop ways to communicate them. Like for instance, if you're selling a widget is just anything. And I have someone who's 60 years old who likes it. That's one message for a 60-year-old. But it can also be for someone who has just gotten married. So that means that there's two separate messages that need to be created in that sales process. One for someone who gets married, and then one for someone who's 60 years old. And so that's what some businesses really forget, is that your niche or target market, your sales pipeline needs to be customized for that particular person or that group of people. What's also really lacking is follow-up with leads. They very often think that if someone's going to come and they're going to buy or they don't buy. In North America, we don't do that. We have what's called an education spectrum. Only 1 to 3% of people are ready to buy right now and today. Most businesses are competing for that 1 to 3%. If you want to come to North America and be successful, be a business that focuses on the 97% who are looking for information, are looking for the most value, the best value. It doesn't mean the lowest price. It's they're willing to pay more if they are getting a better value. And you have to demonstrate that value. And that's what we're talking about, a sales pipeline or inconsistent follow-up. Or sometimes they don't even have a systematic outreach, which means that the business relies on walk-ins or referrals. That doesn't make for a successful business. It makes for a successful business if that's one of your lead generation processes. But there's about There's about 40 or 50 different things you can do to generate leads in your target market.
Yeah.
So when somebody's only doing one or two and there's 50 and they don't know what those 50 are, that can be a problem also. So that's why professionals like yourself will really help those individuals coming into Canada to ensure that they are creating this for their businesses and they're getting that edge. Because just to let you know, there's a lot of Canadian businesses that are not good at sales and marketing and are not doing what I'm suggesting to you. If you do what I'm suggesting to you, you will win the marketplace over and you can win the market share for your success. Customer retention and service is also part of that process. Sorry, go ahead.
Wow, did you catch that? Odin just dropped a golden nugget for anyone starting a business here. So follow this tip and you might even surprise the local Canadians by doing it better than they do.
Yes, because there's a lot. What we do is something called direct marketing.
Yeah.
We follow what's called the marketing equation, which is the 4 elements of marketing. We believe that it's important to educate our prospects.
Yes.
We believe that it's important that when someone comes to our website and they take the effort to come to the website, that we should provide them something free or low cost so that they can give us their email so we can follow up with them, and that we can give them better value and show them why we're the best to do business with. We don't just put a website up and say, here, buy it, and then expect someone to buy it. That doesn't work here.
Yeah.
And a lot of Canadian businesses go out of business because they don't understand this particular lesson. And you're getting it here today.
Hey, Odin, thank you so much for sharing these valuable insights with us today. So what you said is a great reminder that in Canada, success isn't just about working hard or having a good idea. It's about building a clear sales and marketing process, understanding the culture, and stay consistent. I'm sure our audience will find your advice very practical and eye-opening, and really appreciate your time and help today. 今天啊，欧顿的分享其实呢，给所有想在加拿大创业的人一个非常重要的提醒：不要只埋头在产品或者运营里，更要重视销售、营销和客户关系的管理。如果没有一个清晰的销售流程和长期的客户培育计划，即使再好的产品，也很难在北美市场站住脚跟儿。在下一期视频呢，我们会把重点转向一个新的话题：如何用 AI 工具来帮助新移民创业者节省成本、提高效率，甚至超越很多本地企业。这将是非常实用的干货，大家一定不要错过。如果你也希望为自己的北美企业打造一份真正落地的商业计划书、销售与营销策略，欢迎联系我 Crystal。那我的联系方式呢，就在视频下方的说明里。朋友们，如果你觉得今天的访谈对你有帮助，记得呢订阅我的频道，这样啊你就不会错过下一期的内容啦。那也欢迎大家呢在下方留言分享，你觉得在加拿大创业最大的挑战是什么？我会挑选大家关心的问题，在后面的视频里呢继续解答。如果你身边也有朋友正在考虑来加拿大发展，别忘了把这期视频分享给他们。那我们就下期再见了，拜拜。